Welcome back to Gale Force Wins Season 5.
Welcome, folks, to a special edition of Gale Force Wins, where we feature the Inuksuk II. On Friday, January 17, 2025, the Inuksuk II was unveiled in St. John's, Newfoundland, and there was a reception. We start with an interview with the CEO of Baffin Fisheries, Chris Flanagan, and then we move to a reception where Chris gave some remarks. The chair of the board gave remarks, Kilabuk, and then we will give you a tour of the ship. The Inuksuk II represents something much greater, the commitment of Baffin Fisheries to its Inuit communities and the environment. It's a platform for economic growth, job creation, and environmental stewardship, ensuring a bright future for the Eastern Arctic. That's why Gale Force Wins finds this so interesting. Baffin Fisheries is owned by 5 hunters and trappers associations in Nunavut. Corporate offices in Iqaluit with operational offices in Paradise, Newfoundland, Pangnirtung, and Pond Inlet. Baffin Fisheries reinvests profits from the commercial offshore fishing industry to deliver economic benefits and opportunities to the communities in which they operate. This 80-meter ship, delivered fresh from the Tursan shipyard in Turkey, stands as the largest Canadian-owned fishing vessel. Designed for the challenges of the North Atlantic and polar regions, the Inuksuk II is more than just a ship. As you will see in our tour, it's a state-of-the-art workplace and a testament to the future of sustainable Arctic fishing. With cutting-edge processing and freezing facilities, accommodations for 38 crew members, and a capacity of up to 1,300 tons for halibut and 900 tons of shrimp. This vessel is built to perform. Join Gale Force Wins as we explore what makes this vessel a game changer and celebrate the teamwork, vision, and innovation that brought it to life. Thanks for joining us. This is a very interesting episode, and we look forward to going into the Arctic at some point in the future to bring you stories of resilience and innovation. Hey folks, welcome to a very special edition of Gale Force Wins. I'm with an actual very good friend of mine, someone who I worked with in the newspaper business, who's now the CEO of Baffin Fisheries Incorporated. Is that the correct name?
Baffin Fisheries Coalition.
Baffin Fisheries Coalition. Chris Flanagan. We are standing next to an amazing ship called the Inuksuk II. We could get run over. I've got him out in the middle of the road, but this is the best place to be. Behind us is the alt. There's going to be a reception there. I'm trampling on your introduction, Chris. Could you introduce yourself and a little bit about why we're here today?
Thank you, Jerry. You forgot to mention we play hockey together.
Yes, and we play defense, and I love having him on. He's very good.
Chris Flanagan, CEO of Baffin Fisheries. Baffin Fisheries is, of course, a Nunavut company. We're here in Newfoundland on January 17th, 2025. We'd love to be in Nunavut, but of course it's icebound right now. We won't get a chance to get up there till the summertime, really, when the ice moves off. The full christening will take place in Iqaluit in a few months' time. But the vessel's just arrived in St. John's after several years of construction, several years of building. So it's a big relief as much as a big moment to celebrate the arrival. We just love this new vessel. It's going to be really comfortable for crew to work on. It's going to be more efficient. It's going to reduce our carbon footprint. There's just so many positives about this great vessel.
Well, I remember you telling us. So Chris was one of our very early guests on Gale Force Wins in the middle of the pandemic, actually. And I believe you were in an Ottawa hotel when we did that. You actually told us about the plan for this. Here we are, Chris, standing here. I mean, the concept of this, the blueprints and all that work, to actually see it, how does it make you feel?
Oh, it just feels fantastic. It's, like I said, I feel a lot of relief that it's here because you mentioned the pandemic. So when we were planning this, we were looking for a country and a shipyard that could build it, and COVID was a big factor. Where can they keep working during COVID? And you forget all those details. And then, of course, we had a lot of setbacks. We had the steel mill that was going to produce the steel was the first place bombed by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So there were quite a few setbacks along the way, and to go over to Turkey and you start seeing pieces of flat steel. That's how they start. And you're looking at steel piled up in the yard, and then equipment starts coming in. and we've got engines from Finland, we've got auxiliary generators from Japan, we've got a gearbox from Germany, all over the world, the leading manufacturers. And to see them put it together, it's almost unbelievable. But 2 years later, it's done, and it's magnificent.
I'm going to put you on the spot, and you don't need to spit out a lot of stats and everything, but what does the fishing industry mean to the country and I guess the province? What does it mean to you and to you guys as in the cooperative?
Yeah, the industry is huge, and in the list of people to thank, believe it or not, are our competitors. Our competitors who we compete with in the marketplace where we sell our products, Newfoundland companies like OCI, like Newfound Resources Limited, Osprey, which is now owned by Labrador Fishermen Shrimp Company. These companies have all built vessels just before us, and they helped us along the way. Guidance on how to deal with warranty issues and claims and so on. Things to look out for in the design and the drawings. It's unbelievable how the whole industry was willing to help and step up and say, okay, yeah, you guys, here's something we learned along the way.
Yeah.
And I got to say that was really surprising and great to hear. But just one more thing about the fishery for Nunavut. Nunavut is one of the hardest places in the world to make a living because it's so isolated. There's no roads between communities. There's not even deep water ports in Nunavut. And this is a rare opportunity for people to make really good money in a good working environment. So I'm really proud about that we're going to be able to recruit more Inuit workers to work on our vessels alongside the many Newfoundlanders we have on the vessel.
What's the total complement of people, not just on this vessel, but that you have working for you?
At Baffin Fisheries, we've got about 120
Wow.
people working all together. Seasonally, it might go up to 150. So there will be 32 on this vessel and 2 full rotations. So that's 64 right there just for this vessel.
Yeah.
We've got a couple other vessels in the fleet, and then we've got our staff in Nunavut. We've got our staff in St. John's, and so Baffin Fisheries, has quite a few employees.
I know you're really busy and you're got to go back to the alt and get ready for the reception. I want to ask specifically, what are some of the innovations that this particular vessel can do? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's some great features. We've got electric winches as opposed to hydraulic, so they can regenerate power as the net is being dropped to the bottom of the ocean, sometimes 1,000 meters, right? So it's 1,000 meters of heavy line going out, turning the winches, and that's now generating power to put back in the ship and reduce fuel
That's
consumption.
cool.
Yeah, that's a new innovation we've got. It's got emergency power take home, which is 2 massive auxiliary engines. If the main engine should suffer a breakdown, we can take the power from the auxiliary engines, put them through to the generator, and drive the shaft that way to get home at about half speed. So that's a real safety feature for the north that we're really pleased with. Of course, there'll be a lot more single cabins. There's a lot more, less shared bathrooms, that sort of thing for the crew. There's a weight room. There's a sauna. These guys are working on the deck in minus 30 up there sometimes, fishing in the ice. Have the sauna. I think it's going to be nice. No one knows what to make of it yet, but I think they're going to love it. What else do we have? We have a robot for the first time in the factory deck in the packaging room.
Yeah.
So the robot takes the boxes, puts them on a pallet, and then an automatic palletizer palletizes it. So we'll be bringing the product off already palletized. We don't have to sort it out by hand on shore. Before, we had guys in the hold bending, picking up every single box that would come off there. You're talking 1,000 tons of product, all moved by hand, back-breaking work. Now we've got forklifts in the cold storage area and automatically palletized. So these are just a few of the things.
It's amazing, Chris. You probably know I started my career in the Navy, and the ships that we were on back then were pretty rustic still. And I've been on some newer ships, and the innovations and the comfort level is totally different than what I used to have. I want to say this man is very busy today. He's got a reception. He's got a whole bunch of people coming. I really appreciate you taking the time, Chris, to do this. Just throw it over to you for a final word.
Well, let's throw it over to you to get you on board and have a look at some of these things you're talking about. But no, my final word, Jerry, has got to be that this is great for the shareholders from Nunavut, the Inuit people who own this vessel. We're a community-owned company, and we're owned by the Inuit of each of our 5 communities. And they're the ones who are going to benefit the most. And that's what I'm most proud of, that this vessel is really, a point of pride for all of Nunavut. The largest Canadian-owned fishing vessel, and it's owned by the Inuit of the Baffin region of Nunavut. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Folks, thank you for joining us on Gale Force Wins. There's more to come. I'm going to tour the ship. I'm going to talk to the chair of the board, Chris Flanagan. This is what leadership is all about in Canada and in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you, Chris.
Jerry, pleasure. Thank you, man. We'll see you on the ice.
Okay.
Welcome. Can anybody hear me? It sounds like it. We got quiet all of a sudden. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Chris Flanagan, CEO of Baffin Fisheries, and we're having a great celebration here today. I'll just go over the logistics first of all before we start our very brief, you'll be pleased to hear, speeches. What we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of remarks from our board chair and board member. I'll go over some of the logistics. We'll have a toast. We're not going to be smashing the champagne bottle. That's the christening, which will take place in Iqaluit. But we will have a little toast, and then we'll be able to proceed to the vessel for a tour, mostly a self-directed tour. We'll have people on the vessel to show you the many features, and we will have some food to eat, including a turbot dip, which is quite good. You must try it. But first of all, I want to thank everybody, our staff, our crew, our guests for coming today to this reception. Great day, a big relief. And we have here from Nunavut, who is our most important speaker today, Kelly Kilabuk. And I just want to say a word about Nunavut as well. We would love to be in Nunavut to land the vessel the first time, but of course ice is already formed and we can't get into Iqaluit right now. But we're really happy to be in Canada and to be in Newfoundland, where we have at least half our crew from as well. So Kelly is chair of our board. She's been chair for over a year, coming close to 2 years. She's from the community of Pangnirtung, which is just north of Iqaluit. Population about 1,700? 1,500, sorry. Down with Kelly down here. And it's a beautiful spot where they do a lot of inshore turbot fishing through the ice, if you've seen that. And it's one of 5 communities that owns Baffin Fisheries, and we're thrilled to be here.
Kuyanami, Tungasugisi, Unusaku, welcome to all. My name is Kelly Kilabuk. I am the chairperson of Baffin Fisheries and from the community of Pangnirtung, representing the Pangnirtung Hunters and Trappers Organization. And my first language is Inuktitut, so Tungasugisi, welcome. And very happy to be celebrating this big day with everyone here, and especially the crew, the staff, the families. So really welcome. I am speaking on behalf of the board of directors, who are all from 5 shareholders, 5 different communities in Baffin Island. And it is no doubt there has been many hours dedicated throughout the process of this journey. It is a great honor and privilege to witness such a phenomenal achievement. Lots of work put into this, and the hardworking people of the company, you'll see many around. The board of directors would like to acknowledge the management, the staff, and the crew for the endless hours committed to making Inuksuk II a reality. A special thank you to Chris Flanagan for being the driver throughout this whole journey, and through the negotiations, research, overall point of contact, and the bridge of communication to the communities and to all involved. Inuksuk II was initially discussed in 2019. The process began in 2021 when the Baffin Fisheries Board of Directors, chaired by David Alexander. Ooh, sorry, CBC. Not very stable here. Sorry about that. Where was I? So they approved the financial commitment to proceed with a new vessel, choosing from various options. And therefore, today we witnessed the very new vessel that was built within the last 4 years. And we are very thankful for ST in Norway, who has designed this model, who also designed the Inuksuk I and also the Sivuluk. So this is the 3rd time around they designed this. And sorry, Tursan Shipyard, but last but not least is the crew who sailed across to bring Inuksuk home. So I just want to mention the crew. Captain Johan Hansen, First Mate Shane Noonan, Second Mate Johnny Itulo, Chief David Coffey, Engineer Rodney Russell and Shannon Fitzgerald, Marine Electrician Keith Randall, Cook Brad Young, Bridgewatch Benjamin Achero, Walter Osman, Factory Manager Jonathan Larkham, and Supernumerary Edwin Noonan. So a big round of applause for the and lastly, Kuya Namil Paluk, as I would say in my Pangatang dialect. Thank you very much. To conclude, thank you all for coming to celebrate with us a very exciting time. We hope you enjoy the tour. And Kuya Nami, thank you. Now let the real work begin. We'll be fishing. So thank you very much.
Nakume Ishiwota. Ishiwota is the chairperson. All right. CBC budget cuts have hit early. All right. Thank you very much, Kelly. I'd like to introduce our Secretary-Treasurer of the Board, who is Sandy Kautuk from Clyde River. Sandy is the dart champion of all of Nunavut, and if you don't believe me, he's willing to put up $20 against anyone who wants to go around a darts to Sandy. Sandy's been with the board for many years and has got a term for many more. We love having him on the board. He's been very involved in this project from the beginning, along with other board members as well. But Sandy, please come up. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Udlukut. Koyan nami kaigasi. Kobaya sukunga amara upigo sutunga. Kobaya sukutakaktilu taumia jua kiabarumi. Kikitaru ikaru yiku naminatangani. Kobaya sukutakaktilu takaigasi. Ikaru yiku naminagayabu umayon nartikunu ilagayo yunu nunaringni. Tadlimau yunu ukununga. Mitimatarik kangatuapik pannato ikaroy amaru kimmeru. Kikitaru kumitigu kinaw yaktakpatugu. Kinaw yaktakpatugu ikayu takatiapa pununarinno. Adabitigu ikanayatigu nikitigu amaru angunasuktinu atwinnaguinami pinasutini. All right, thank you everyone for coming to this event. I am happy and very honored to be here today and celebrate a huge milestone for the company and its owners. BFC, Baffin Fisheries, is owned by hunters and trappers organizations from 5 communities. These communities include Pond Inlet, Clyde River, Panakto, Ikaruit, and Makimmirut. Some of the profits we make are distributed to these communities. They are supporting the communities through much needed infrastructures, jobs, country food, providing country food, and providing essential hunting and camping equipment to locals. In closing, with this new vessel, we are hoping to make more profits. Therefore, it will benefit and support communities in years to come. Again, thanks to everyone who were part of this, making it a reality. Huyan nami.
Yeah, I promise I won't keep you much longer. Probably just about as much time as it takes to distribute the champagne glasses for a little. Well, no, it's not actually champagne. The bubbly for a little celebration. But there's so many people to thank. Scotiabank, our financial partners, who had faith in the board and the management team to pull this through. Our crew, especially, a lot of crew lived in Turkey, spent many months there. David Coffey, our chief engineer, who I think reviewed every single drawing in the design plan, which is many, many hundreds of drawings over a lot of evenings. And there's way too many to mention. But as I was putting together some of these images from the early days, I was reminded of so many things about the build project. It started with the board's first approval to pursue a new vessel in 2019. And we all forget it was during COVID, but we were assessing design and build companies, and one of the big criteria was, could they actually work through the COVID pandemic? And you forget about all that stuff. And then at the very beginning, the steel was to come from the Ukraine, and the first day of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, that steel plant was bombed. So there was quite a few delays there. And then the launch, you might have seen, the launch when they first put it in the water in the shipyard, was right at the time the Gaza war started. And so the board members couldn't make it for that. And all these things we forget because there was so much work by so many people. This vessel, built in Turkey, the main engine comes from Finland, the auxiliary engines from Japan, the winches from Spain, the factory and the robot from Denmark, the gearbox from Germany. And these are really the best manufacturers in the world for this kind of vessel. A lot of work by Canadians too, especially in the build. We had a lot of crew over there. So there's so many people to thank, but there's one group as well that I want to thank, and it's a bit of an unusual group, and that is our competitors. And this is what I love about the fishing industry in Newfoundland, is there's 3 companies that have built, maybe even 4, that have built vessels ahead of us. There's OCI's the Calvert, there's the Osprey, which is now owned by Labrador Shrimp Company. There's Newfound Resources Limited has the Victor, and I'm sure I'm missing one. Atlantic Enterprise from Clearwater, and I saw Danny here today. So all of these companies built stern trawlers right before us. In fact, the Enterprise was right there in the shipyard when we first went over, and our ship was nothing but plates of steel. And they welcomed us on board their vessel. They welcomed our chief engineer in to see their designs. So everything they learned was passed on to Baffin Fisheries. And that level of cooperation, and these are the people we compete with in the market when we sell our products. So it was fantastic to experience, and I thank every one of you, as well as, of course, the crew and the team at Baffin Fisheries. It's been a great journey. It's a bit of a relief to have the vessel arrive here, I got to say. There was a false start, many of you may know about, but again, our team went back to Turkey and working under the warranty, got everything done, got it back in ship shape, and on here with a smooth sail across the Atlantic just this month. So we're now going to have a little bit of a toast to celebrate the arrival of this great vessel and the victory for the Inuit of Nunavut. It's the largest Canadian-owned fishing vessel. It may be in history. I don't know for sure if there were larger vessels back a long time ago. But you think about it, it's owned by the Inuit of small communities in the Baffin region of Nunavut, and that's really quite an accomplishment. And another thing the vessel will do is attract more young Inuit to come work on board our vessels, because working at sea, being away from home, it's a well-paying job, but it's a hard job. It's extremely hard work. 12-hour days, cold environment, away from home for long periods. And now with a vessel that's, I believe, the most comfortable in the Canadian fleet, with a lot of amenities for crew, make it a little bit easier. It'll make the time away from home a little shorter, believe it or not, because we'll be fishing for 6 weeks instead of a typical trip being two trips or 2 4-week trips for an 8-week rotation. Now it's just 6, just one trip, get them back home. And it also gives us a training platform. Before, we only had enough bunks for the crew. It was, everything was pretty tight. Now we've got extra berths, extra bunks. We can really do mentoring and training, as well as harvesting the fish for the company. So I'm really thankful to the board for working with me for all these years. Incredibly thankful to the great people I've met in Nunavut, and thrilled and relieved we're able to deliver this great vessel. So I think the bubbly's going around now, and I'll just talk a little bit about the tour. We've got you'll get some insight from our engineers. We have a few engineers. David Coffey, Rod, I think, is probably on the vessel right now. You ask him any questions, you'll be able to go just about anywhere. We won't send you anywhere dangerous on the vessel. And we'll have people there, our captains. We've got a couple of captains here today, show you the bridge. There's one more little feature about this vessel. When we were negotiating with the design companies, again, this is something we heard from one of our competitors. They said, you can get them to throw in a little extra when you've got everything else figured out. And what we asked for was what one of the other companies had was a boardroom on top of the bridge. So you've got this beautiful bridge with the panoramic view, and then on top of that, there's a lovely little room, incredibly well laid out for the board to meet. And I can't wait till we go to Iqaluit, and we're going to have a board meeting above the bridge in that beautiful room. Again, that was thanks to our competitors to allow us to negotiate that. It was that or a hot tub on the main deck. Yeah, so we didn't go with the hot tub. It's not a joke, by the way. All right. We ready for a toast?
We'll hold our glasses up for wishes of safe travels, safety first. Kanui ko na yang ilata ko aula katalatui piloto me ikanayatingi kalogasutit. So this is to the crew, wishing them the very safe journey during their fishing trips. As we all know, it could get rough out there. So for their safety and the great accomplishment of many. Cheers.
Well, folks, welcome back to Gale Force Wins. I am post-reception. I'm with the chair of the board. Kelly, could you just go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name's Kilabuk. I'm from Nunavut and representing Pangertang HTO, currently the chairperson of Baffin Fisheries.
Amazing. It's amazing to be in your presence. I'll let you know that we're not going to take very long. There's a lot of people that are going on a tour right now, and I'm sure they want to talk to you. Tell me a little bit about what it means to have this ship built.
It is quite tremendous. It feels great. It has been hours and hours of dedicated hard work, and it stems from years prior. This is the end of a result of what has been started years prior to this. So
how many years would you say?
2019 was the first discussions, and about 2 years into it, it was approved to have the letter of intent to search for finances, and that's how it all started. And today we are now with the finished product. Yeah.
It's incredible. I can tell you this, I grew up in St. John's. The podcast that you're on right now is all about inspiration.
Yes.
It's incredible. You are inspiring the leadership that you're showing, the jobs you're providing. Tell us a little bit about what that means to you.
Being a minority of Canada, as a Inuit, the shareholders are from 5 smaller communities, except Iqaluit is the capital, so it's the largest one. And to be able to hold such a ship that will employ so many people, we're looking at about 100 more or less, with crew, with offices, with different jobs. So really it is such a great feeling to know you are able to help within the economic development, and hope to see more in the future. And we are really hoping to see more Inuit as well going into the ship. So that is very important, yeah. And we're very thankful for the ones we have now.
Well, Kelly, I'm not going to keep much more of your time. I just want to say this, that I don't know you, but I'm really proud of you. I hope to get to know you a little more in the future. And I can say this, the country needs more Kelly, more people like this who are willing to enhance their community with economics. Is there anything you'd like to say, maybe in your own language or in English or both, just to finalize this?
I really want to acknowledge all the board members that have worked so hard in this and the whole process of it. And our communities have, it is our communities, it is our board members, it is our staff, and it is the crew. The crew's the front line. So I just want to say how much we appreciate the opportunity to see the end result of Inuksuk II. Kuyan nami, asto alo pigo subtugo umiat wata akong nakata ang iyo alum me. we are very proud of Inuksuk II to be able to have the vessel that large.
How would I say thank you?
Koyanami.
Say that again?
Koyanami.
Koyename.
Yeah, Koyanami.
Thank you. Folks, this is Jerry from Gale Force Wins, and I'm on board the Inuksuk II right now, and I'm going to get a tour. What's your name again?
Edwin.
Edwina?
Edwin.
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 Edwin, and you're the chief mate.
Chief mate.
He's the chief mate of this ship, and this is incredible. We're going to start in a conference room that's above the bridge, and I'll just show you quickly. I have never seen anything like this before. I was just saying to Edwin, you know, my time in the Navy when I was there was in the 80s, and the ships had none of this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the ship, and we're going to do a tour for you. The Inuksuk II.
No, this is a conference room, so this is just a meeting room for when the board and...
Interesting, though. I've never seen this on a ship before, up in this particular location.
Yes, just a meeting room for when the office people and the board come aboard for privacy.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is St. John's. We're in St. John's Harbor. All right, Edwin, we'll go. A few waves crashing over there. Okay, let's go, I guess, wherever you want to take us.
We'll go down to the bridge, I guess.
Okay, I'll just go ahead of you. We're going down to the bridge. You can see the logo. Wow, that's beautiful the way they got that done. Look at that. In my time in the Canadian Navy back in the 80s, the bridge did not look like this. Of course, those are warships. This is a fishing vessel. But the thing that really strikes me is the tech that's on board. Look at this. This is something else. You need to know what's going on board on this ship. The displays are just spectacular, Edwin. Really spectacular.
Yeah.
Most of the ships I've been on, the displays are not as big as that.
State of the art.
Yeah. He's not kidding. Baffin logo on the back there, see that? Beautiful St. John's in the background. The alt is where the reception is going to be held shortly. Just out on one of the wings here. This would be the starboard wing. And we'll just walk over, get the port wing, and we'll move on to, Edwin will take us wherever. This ship is so big, there's no way we're going to be able to do the whole ship. We'll give you the best tour that we can give you in the time that we have. Edwin's very busy getting ready for the reception.
We have not a gymnasium, but we have a fitness room sauna. Do you want to see this?
Sure.
On this level? I got the tape up. I'll put the tape up after this. This is only going to be 10 or 15. This is one of the accommodation decks. Most of the engineers, well, all the officers are on this level.
Yep.
To your right here now, there's one of the cabins. That's an engineer's cabin.
Nice, beautiful. Will I go through this? Sure.
That's up in anchor winch room. We don't need to go out there unless you want to see it.
No,
this is a laundry room, but the gymnasium is just back here.
Okay.
And a sauna. This is the officers' accommodations. To your left here now.
Okay. There or down here?
Right here, right here.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'll avoid that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. And you look, geez, you got a sauna on board.
Sauna on board.
Sauna and the shower system. Beautiful. Next. You tell me where to go.
Yeah, like we have another corridor on the other side for
the... do you? Okay.
This is the
hospital. We were just on the port side.
That was the port side, the hospital not open there.
Port is left for anyone who doesn't know.
It's the captain's room.
Captain's room?
It's the captain's room.
We won't impose upon them, but... That's beautiful. Beautiful.
First mate's room right here.
First mates. We're not going to go in and invade the personal space.
That's just another corridor with cabins.
Yeah.
You can go into the gym.
Oh yeah, you can go into the gym.
Right?
So this is the starboard side.
Starboard side.
Okay.
We can go down to the galley deck now.
Okay. Okay. Galley deck, it's called.
Oh, just show off. He's a little bit. The wind is blowing in.
Gotcha. You need someone with a bit of strength to open the door, eh? All right.
This is the galley.
Galley.
Mess room. Small.
Oh, hello. How you doing? Hi. Good to see you. We're recording here now.
Okay.
This is the galley.
Galley.
Yeah.
Mess
Beautiful.
room.
Wow. Beautiful stuff.
We have a TV room.
Wow.
TV
right next to
lounge.
the galley. That's smart. How you doing? Yeah, this is cozy. Beautiful. Yeah.
We can go out this way too.
Yeah. And this is center. This is like midships.
This is right in the center, yeah. Yeah, Dennis. The accommodations for regular crew.
More accommodations. Yeah.
All crew come to the mess room. All crew.
Okay, you can tell this ship's getting ready for a reception.
Want to do that to put them in lockers or what?
Just put them in the lockers out the way, yeah. That's the guy cleaning up for the tour.
Hi, how you doing? We're gonna walk on your floor. Sorry about that. That's all right.
This is the changing room area now for the factory workers.
Right, yeah.
It's comfort.
Beautiful. Yeah, you don't see that very often, do you?
No. This goes out to the. This is a wired rope, but this goes out to the deck, the main deck.
I see it. Perfect. Perfect timing.
Thank you. We can go to the factory. And there's washroom shredder too, right? That's the factory, boss.
Hi, I'm Jerry. We're at Gale Force Wins doing a video tour. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah, folks, we're just going to continue to walk around here. We're going to bang into the crew. They're all being mustered, so we're just going to continue the tours to show you what a beautiful...
This is the factory processing area now.
Yep. Okay, factory processing. Everything's got closed. It's a closed system.
We can start back here.
Yep. Wow. This is something else.
Back here is where we receive the fish when we...
Yeah.
When we dump our trawls into our tanks. This is the receiving tanks. There's 4 of these. We're expecting this will 4 of them all together. Hold probably 20 tons in each one.
Wow, 20 tons.
In each tank.
Yeah. Incredible.
Something like that, 15 to 20.
Yeah,
we're
around there, yeah. This is all state of the art, obviously. I'll continue down that way.
Yeah, continue up this way.
Folks, what you're seeing here is the state of the art. All the newest technology right here on board the Inuksuk II. I realize it's 10 after 11 now. We're gonna do our best.
Yeah, it'll only be a few more minutes now.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful your head.
I'm more interested in the video than by walking.
We can go right here.
Yeah.
This is the freezing tunnels for the shrimp. We have 3 cookers, 3 tanks, and 3 bills going into 3 different freezing units.
Yep.
That bills is continuous. It'll go in there.
Man, the technology.
That's our freezers for turbot, the plate freezers inside here. That's all automated. comes out here frozen, the shrimp. Hacked here, then through the belts, up through, goes in through here. There's a robot inside here.
Yeah, Chris was talking about the robot.
Yeah. You can see it through here, or we can go in through the door. Either way.
Let's try that.
This is the palletizing room, which is all automated.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay. This is the robot arm. She will put the boxes automatically into these holsters, the cartridges. When she has enough for one pallet, she will unload them, suction cups, put them on this belt, in through the palletizing room, all automated.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, I didn't realize you had a robotized.
Yes. And this is pretty much it, but this is the cargo hold. We can go down in one. We don't need to, do we?
No.
There's only one flight of steps to one of them if you want to get a quick look, but you don't need to.
Big cargo hold, yep.
Now we can go up through here and go right through the office and get on the deck.
Okay. Yeah, folks, I mean, this ship is so big, it would take us probably 2 to 3 hours to cover every nook and cranny, but we just want to give you a look at it.
This is the electrician's office.
Electrician's office, yeah. Well, there.
Like true.
Here we go. Is this the engine room? No.
No.
Engine room's lower.
Yes, see lower.
Hey. Yeah.
This is the trawl room, the trawl shop we call it, where we'll mend some nets or make pieces for the nets.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And this is the trawl room.
Yeah. Is this the biggest trawl area you've seen?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
If you want to, you can stand here and get a... If you want to get a view of this too, right? Like that's about it out of not a small rooms everywhere.
Well, folks, Edwin's gone back. He has got a lot to do. It is now 11:15, and the reception is taking place at 12. So they've got to get this ship ready. There's a few things left. A few things. Perfection is something that most captains and crew require and live up to. So you can see Edwin going up there. At this point, I'm not sure what everything is, but I'm going to just walk around so you can get a sense of this ship outside now. So I'm going to go over on the port side, which is actually the harbor is visible. The starboard side too. So for anyone who lives in St. John's are very familiar with these scenes. If you don't live in St. John's, this is what St. John's Harbor looks like. This year, very little snow in St. John's. A little bit of a sea state out there now, waves crashing. This is an impressive vessel. I'm going to continue to walk. I don't know if I can get... Yes, I can. Okay, we're going to walk up the port side and go up to the bow. There's a lot of space up here. I'm going to go right up to the front. right up to the bow and then take a look back aft. See the bridge in all of its splendor. Here's the alt right there. That's where the reception is going to be. We're going to be over there shortly. We'll get some footage from the reception. Another quick pan of St. John's Harbor. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bridge. I'm just going to go under these flags here now and go down the starboard side. Let's have a look down onto the jetty. That's where a lot of the cars are parking today. That bridge is impressive. The walk up to get on board was pretty steep. I'll let you know how tall this ship is. All right, I'm going to continue recording. Beautiful Canadian flag flying in a light breeze. A lot of stuff going to be put on board in the next little while. All right, I'll continue down. And then I'm going to walk right out. There we are. Okay. Thanks to Edwin. That was amazing. So I'll just walk along the ship there from bow to stern, outside on the jetty. I don't know if it comes across on the video. This is an impressive, tall ship, very high. So there's the bow. And I'll walk along. I'll move back a bit so you can see it better. This is the ship, the Inuksuk II, Baffin Fisheries. It's so great to see companies investing and moving forward and employing people in this country. This is what we need. We need investment. We need people to take bold risks like Chris Flanagan. And this is not a cheap investment, but it's certainly needed to keep the country going. Inuksuk II, the Kilabuk. And in the background is Signal Hill. Well, folks, thank you for joining us on that tour. I'm just walking back now from stern to bow, and in the side here you can see the ship. For those who know a lot about the marine industry, I'm sure that will be a very interesting tour of a brand new vessel. For those that don't know much about the industry, it's probably interesting as well to see some of the insides. Again, I said, if I had 3 hours to go through this ship, we'd probably need it to go through every nook and cranny. We didn't get into the engine room or any of that. Cold storage, we showed a little bit prior to the cold storage where the fish is processed. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned to Gale Force Wins for more content, diversified content similar to this.
Thank you for tuning in to Gale Force Wins. That's Gale Force Wins, WINS.com.